what happens? When the immunity system goes down and Candida takes over, then people they die in AIDS because of the Candida infection. Is AIDS is a virus, it's a kind of a target. So finally, you know, the immune system goes down. You can see all this. It doesn't matter how the diabetes, that, all these predisposing factors and suppression, then Candida infection, all these things happen. And you see that. I just mentioned the first patient of the AIDS pathway was discovered in 1981. I'm just proud of my students also. You think about that, 1981 HFA, that AIDS Congress, that time you say it was done in, I think I forgot, we had the Zurich or Geneva, after I tell, but I forgot, long time back. And that's why it said, that ceremony, first, that like a AIDS Congress opening ceremony, they talked about the inaugural lecture. They say, everybody talks that it's a 1981 question, we have been talking the AIDS, a lot of things, but I talked about the Candida, first he said paper came from India. That's the way he said written here. First paper on Candida came in 1972. But think of the AIDS. It's a beginning to that. Then of course it's a kind of a thing, I'll just quickly talk that. It's the only pathogenic AIDS, because mind that is a kind of a, both Candida and plant, I'll come back to that, how we can march together that we see that. But anyway, this is the kind of a thing that you say, don't take that. Only pathogenic strains of Candida can utilize. The discovery NSA group as a soul also. But I don't want to know that much. But this pathway was discovered by us. It's before 1980, in fact, and there's slowly a lot of things, You can see this is a kind of a organization. How the NSA group can all these pathways, only pathogenic is Candida. That's typical. Non-pathogenic cannot doesn't have that. So this is a kind of a beginning of that one. And we found that if you maintain one of the genes, that if you get that one, then we say virulence of the Candida is gone. So think about that. This pathway, not only is very important for the virulence. That's the kind of a thing. And then the question is that the time it was discovered, that time that not many, the gene sequence, I think that people see that, is not known. About 7-8 years back, 8 or a little more, I started thinking. I did that time that is a kind of a not many gene sequence of the, we don't know. Now we can get the Arabs, these, all this, that is human, they know. So I said, let's see whether what I said that time and before 1980, that only pathogenic yeast can do and non-pathogenic. Is it true that only pathogenic organism has this, non-pathogenic has? And you'll be surprised that all this, that not listed everything in this pathway. As a role and university of genes involved, these are already that. So already we have then, you can see, Candida is a fungal. We have chosen like a bacteria, that's another bacteria, come back to Vibrio cholera. And we have taken a plant pathogen. Why I am telling you that this time that started, 1973, 75, the plant translation, all this started. That's a different question. The point is what I am telling you, all this you can see that organism has that. If that is so we have chosen like a Mangaporta. I don't know how many of you know. Each year, right, we lose our 60 to 70% rice because of this only one Mangaporta. So we walk out. So this is a kind of Vibrio cholera. I don't have to do anything. The cholera is a very good. Now come back. So that's the beginning. Starting with the Candida, same time that started thinking about that, what this organism can do, what this pathway can do, And this is kind of, we are talking now the role and universality of that. Already bibliography will publish, there's another one will publish, there's Panchapatra also will do that. So think about this part is very important. And this is kind of institute that you mentioned that, so I'm going to talk as a designer talks in the era of genomics, but just take that. But think about that. This is a kind of a beginning that time that why all of a sudden you started that one. I'm talking this a kind of a mid-80s. But think about that. All the time we talk about what is. But what is will not be built at empty stomach and human misery. And this is what exactly, that I will tell you, that great Norman Borlaug, he said, something has to be done. That's what in the middle 80s, I started thinking about that. There's what to do. And think about that. We are talking about how to feed the world in 21st century. When we know they're saying in what population is a 10 billion by 2050. And it's a kind of a demand. It's a food. From where they can get it. And today everybody knows that Fulani was just like that. 30, 40, 50 years back. And now it has spread like that. Quite natural, because population goes up. All other advancement has to be done. It's not only here. It's true for any place you go. There are big cities, Calcutta, Delhi, these and that. Because agricultural land is certainly will be reduced. But then you have to do something, that additional. But think about that. From where you can take. Because every year we lose the drought, salinity, disease, insect, pest, all these things we lose it. And we talk all the time about food security. What is food security? It's not only productivity. It's a productivity, availability, access, and absorption. When all people at all times they get the food, then I know that it's a kind of food security. And this is why I know that. Think of it. Like a child doesn't exist. Because, it's a kind of a food they get it at the body. It's a pregnant woman doesn't have any food. It's already a kind of a more than 40% or newly born child like that. This is confirmed by Mr. Amar Hussain also. Because this is a study that we published later on. Yes, it's true. And that's why it's a kind of a nutritional security community. Yes, I coined that nutrition genomics. That's the difference. It's not people they talk earlier, started talking in the nutrition genomics. So when that genome comes in, why not to have? So this is why, because think about it, mother doesn't know. What food? We cannot know. Whether food at all can be given or not. And this is exactly the problem with the warning belt. If you say that this country will be here, then exactly I can tell you in 2003-04, I was Science Congress President, Indian Science Congress. And Dr. Abdul Kalam came because there is a time I started off additional Children's Science Congress in Chandigarh. And because there is Indian Science Congress, the Prime Minister is a man. He is the one who gave the Science and Technology Minister. He is the one who will inaugurate. But Dr. Kalam is the President, never goes. But that's the Children's Science Congress. Additionally, IMTech, we did that. Mr. Microbial Technology one day. So he gave, somebody wrote for him. So I'm just telling you, he's a very close friend of mine because he was Chancellor, he was visitor, I was Vice Chancellor at that time. So we knew each other very well. That's not the point. He is the one, that he said, okay, for you I'll come. He came, he gave a lecture. He said that India in 2015, that is the time in 2015, India will be top. Then the dais, because both of times, I said that Kalam was not right. Because 2015 India cannot be done, because already, this is the problem, what people say, people, during that rusted. Then he got up and said that I'm right, this is the wrong lady. So I think that we have to wait, see. But the point is that that is a kind of a thing. All the time you read in the newspaper, in the TV, okay, the iron is required, this calcium is required, all this is required. Why you can get that? But when you are talking that nutritional security by value addition, problem is that here is a protein quality. Whatever rice, whatever wheat, whatever you eat, you say quality is not very high because essential amino acids are limited. So how to increase that? Number one. Number two, you can find that is a vitamin A and E and iron and K are limited. But in addition, you can see that some crops are very good, excellent, but there is a nutrition stress factor. There is a toxin is there. What idea is that if you can remove that factor by whatever means, whatever technology you want to use, then this particular one you can eat very easily, no problem. And that is a kind of a challenge that I'm going to not talk much. This one you mentioned already is the discovery of the gene from a edible source, amaranth. Then we found that it's not that is a kind of a published already all top channels and some influence in the DNA. We have that. It's a protein quality is a big and protein quantity goes up. The same thing is true for the idea of scaling observation of I was, that in the US, he is standing in a queue because there is several people waiting for. I said, what happened to you people? To doctor. He said, we have the kidney stone, we have the pain, all these things because of the oxalic acid and this. I said, this is a thing. I said, this idea that time that oxalic acid is removed, then what can we do? And this is exactly what happened. Like if you go to doctor, they say that, okay, spinach, tomato, and all these because the kidney stone, so because of oxalic acid. In addition, then we found that because of oxalic acid can we use this pathogen, Sclerotica, which already, that every year, that I can tell you, we lose our 40–50% of the vegetable because of that. So it's a kind of a double effect when I remove the oxalic acid. That's why, thus, that this is the kind of a Lazarus. In Bengali or Hindi, everything they say Kesaridal. Kesaridal is a government drug in a ban because it has a toxin. But what is toxin? It's oxalative derivative. If we use that one and oxalic acid is removed, automatically the diaminophile, that's not a problem. So then one can do that. Doesn't matter, government is a ban or not. Main disease, the people are hungry. If you go to, like the Bangladesh, if you go to Nepal, I have gone there, I'm telling you. In addition, here also, that you can find the people, they eat. That's the first. Think of the 40 plus, that age. Because of that one, the stick, they cannot, in a particular village. And this is exactly photograph I got. And that's the kind of thing, that long time. So these are the human diseases. Anyway, I'll not go through it. So we discovered that, but he mentioned the oxalic carboxylates, again from the edible source. We got the tertiary, and that is really found that you can see that it has a kidney stone problem resolved maybe one day, and now that we can have that oxalic free. Now we can see that fungus cannot infect at all. Otherwise, it's uninfected, infected, but if you have the transferring, nothing. In addition, they have. That's advantage. Anyway, this is the difference. So, FDA policy is to regulate the trade, not the technology. But from where we are getting the gene, that's very important. From how to do that, very important. So, this is exactly to summarize the whole. So, think about that. Today, whatever rice, whatever wheat you are eating, it's all hybrid. What to do with the hybrid? Because if the gene goes from this side to this side, you are getting. So you don't know how many genes they cross. So that's why when people say no object, so one should be very careful. That's what Warlock said that getting the modified organism is the result of a natural. Because great biotechnology is a follow. So nature will decide whether how they crop, what they do, what ultimately you are getting there. And this is the way. But think about that. I'm sure that how many you know that people you know that it's a true in Gujarat, West Bengal. He said, of course, the kind of actually the old, but it's a news also. I have that. But think about it. Gujarat is started. Then is Andhra, Maharashtra, and West Bengal. I myself went to several farmers' house. We find that what they do is not like Europe or US. They don't have the big land, farmhouse. What they do, they take the loan from the government. They take the loan from the government and they do that, like they grow tomato. But how to take it from interior village to city? There's no transportation facility. There's no storage facility. Nobody provided. So, tomato will not last more than 10 days. That means, there is a kind of it's a wasted already, they can return the money. And a lot of suicide cases had happened because of that. I don't know how many of you know, this is the old data now is at 6,000 crores. But here we lose because of these post-harvest loss. This example I gave you is true for the banana, true for the all the fruit. You can find that problem. And that's the kind of idea that if you can slow down. Suppose if I get a tomato, you say not 10 days, 40 days, 45 days. Then by bullock cart, the farmer can take for interior village facility. So whatever price you are giving today, say 45 rupees per kg or 50 rupees per kg, it will go down to 5. The supply is more. Then the economy will go up. And that's the idea, that time. But ultimately you can see, plus you can see there are a lot of infection can go. And that's why we say discovery from my lab. Again, if you can silence these two genes, is a metacyte and exothermidase. Just silence. So as a result, everything is slowed down. You can see that 10 days, what happened? Then we say, if you do that, silencing is a very 45 days, no problem. 45 days, 50 days. But there's no other. So what idea then, like a post-harvest loss, we are losing more than 60,000 crores. Farmers that are doing suicide. How is the brain science to society? Come back to that. Among this one and the essential difference. You are just saying that the post-harvest loss will come. But think about that. It's a kind of a vitamin A, iron and zinc. Now think about the can golden rice help with vitamin A. But the question is that in iron and zinc is a kind of a thing. From where they can get that? From where? And that's the kind of again discovery from my lab thing. Just by single gene that what you discovered, you make an overexpression to show that it's a kind of a first time in the whole world the single gene can do this kind of thing. Nobody has reported the single gene can do it. It's a drought resistant because it's what solution? It's a drought pathogen that can infect tomato and nutritional value, iron and folic acid that is important. This is you can see because it has a 5 iron forms. So automatically when you overexpress, iron goes off. And this is the way I can tell you that it's already a thing, and this is why I always tell that it's a gain resolution. There's a thing that time that the only Indian. Now I think that you can say because of the Indian system. Anyway, considering global area goes up and up, people should not overcome, that you have to do the biosafety. There is a problem, that go. Why people object? Because it's driven by ignorance, in my opinion, conservative thinking, and fear of the unknown. They always say, what will happen if I eat today after 20 years? I don't know what will happen to me tomorrow. Why after 20 years? And keep it in mind that what. But science and technology add value to society. That's very important. Otherwise, it cannot go to common people. It's a national innovation system. It should be part of the national innovation system. So there can be no economic advancement without technical knowledge. It's a kind of a knowledge that's great. And knowledge can be utilized. Knowledge ultimately, will take you to the right. It's the way. And always we talk that if the world divided cannot stand. World poverty and hunger is challenge for time. And that's very important. And that's why I'm telling you, listen, live the sense of purpose. Whatever you do, there's a very important, that's exactly that. Last year was 60 years of manufacturing. Started when person and trade double headed, you can say. And this is a from genes to genetic engineering, a great journey and a promising future for the health and agriculture. Here I talked about the Candida says ultimately that activity. The point I'm telling you, when it's a universal role, and we know this kind of pathway is very important. We know this is the gene issue, we know that it's a kind of get the mutant, it cannot die. One day I'll tell you that, maybe I hope that it will come. I'll just on the way to give you is a particular small peptide that will cure your cholera. Same time, same one will cure your, we are working on the leishmania, we are worked out already. We have done and we are here. We are doing that other, and ultimately that can help. This is the kind of thing. He's a health and agriculture. This is the great scientist. He is the one, the Jim Watson, but ultimately Watson and Crick. And that's our beginning. Our first time tree plantation in NIPJ was done by Jim Watson. And that's why, I thought that I'm proud of that one. You can see that one. Thank you very much. Thank you, asking me to come and talk to you. Thank you.